It's a word. Pausation is the act of pausing, which is
Absolutely.
a very powerful idea. And so when we talk about power in relation to influence and power struggles, what we're really talking about is the difference between power and vulnerability, or power as a fight-flight response. So the idea being that power, two basic instincts in the animal world are sex and self-preservation. So that's power and love. Sex being erotic, which is eros, which is love. And one might say, well, how is power self-preservation? Well, if I'm the smartest, fastest, strongest, wealthiest king of the world, I have no predator. So the more power I amass, the less predators there are that can take me out. So the more power you have, the less vulnerable you are to attack. And so if we take self-preservation and we go into the psychological realm of that very basic instinct as power, and we take sexuality as love, eros, the erotic is simply a form of eros. Well, now we have power and love. Well, the thing we know about, or at least many of us know, some may disagree, but many of us believe anyway, about power and love is that they're mutually exclusive categories. You cannot be in one or the other at the same time. So I always joke, you'll never see a mouse running from an eagle looking to get laid. Because I'm sorry, he or she, if it's a she, she's not looking for the dude mouse, and if it's a he ain't looking for the chick mouse when he or she's running from an eagle. The basic idea being is that survival is in direct contradiction to eros, and we know this in neuroscience from the studies on the vagal nerve, that you're in a fight or flight state, you slam the brakes on social engagement. Why would you socially engage with your predator? You run from your predator or you fight your predator. So it's fight, flight, freeze, turtle, tiger, possum, faint, fix. It's the 5 Fs. You start trying to fix it. So if we back way up to the level of instinct and keep coming forward, we're trying to have influence with power, because that's what power is. It's influence over. But we're doing it from a fight or flight state, from a survival state, instead of from a state of vulnerability. Just to go back to your original question, we just need to ask ourselves, how difficult is it to practice pausation when we're in fight or flight? That's like a deer stopping and turning around and looking at the lion and saying, hold on a minute. Let's just pause here for a minute, right? It ain't there, And so we don't pause. We go all out. So there's a fear underneath malignant power. Now, if I hold my baby and protect that's still, I guess, a form of survival. But you can have power out of love, which is being a holding environment or a holding container, loving someone with with power. Power is not a bad word. I don't want to make it seem like a bad word. Benign power is useful. It's empowered. Like being empowered that's confidence, and so that's a good thing. We're really talking about power over versus empowerment. And so when we start to think of it that way, I know this is a long-winded answer maybe, but we have to look at, okay, what state am I in? Am I in power or am I in love? And to pausation, I can pause in love, but it's very difficult to pause